Hello, Rose.
Hi, Sam.
This week, we're going to be looking at trajectories of deterioration.
Yeah, so there are only 4 ways to die. So you may think that you will never die. It's actually going to happen to all of us.
So 100% certain. Let's have a little look at this graph that Rose has in front of us and have a little chat about it. So one of the trajectories that you don't see on the graph is actually the quick or immediate death. And that would just look like a line going straight down. So we won't discuss that in great detail today, but we will have a little bit of a chat about the others. So the blue line is a trajectory of deterioration after a short or acute illness, and in particular a cancer trajectory in which somebody's functional status is quite good for some time, and then there's a marked deterioration close to the end of their life. The orangey yellow line is for chronic illnesses and can show a bit of a slow deterioration. We'll have a bit of further chat about that in a mo. And the green line is a prolonged deterioration that can often happen quite slowly. So frailty and dementia being two common causes of prolonged deterioration.
So pick one. No, in aged care, we mostly see the third and fourth one, so the orange and the green line.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you only remember one thing from this video, remember that the third trajectory, or trajectory 2 as it's labeled on this graph, is what we call the sawtooth trajectory. So you can see that actually the slope goes downwards slowly, and there are periods of gentle stability in the deterioration, but you can see these really distinct dips in somebody's functional status, and that's often because of some sort of acute illness or event like a fall, and people can return to a more stable place, but often you find that they're it's not quite the same, is it, Rose?
No, so the important thing to remember is that there is a downward slope, and in contrast to what a lot of families believe is that there is no downward slope, and their person, their loved one, comes back to the baseline that they were at and continues on their merry way. And this is the problem then as you progress along in time and they do get to that life-ending event, often the families are in the dark about that, and they have no idea that it's coming because no one told them and no one explained things to them. The fourth deterioration line, the green line, it's harder to recognise when someone's approaching the terminal phase because there's very little change from day to day. But we can assess the kind of things that might mark serious deterioration, like swallowing difficulties, increasing or like a decrease in mobility, social withdrawal, those kind of things.
Absolutely. We're going to pop some extra bits and bobs in the show notes for you if you want to learn more about it, around the stop and watch and the SPICT, but also some PACOP resources. And if you haven't seen our video where we chatted with PACOP about deterioration, it's definitely a good video to have a little look at as well.
Yeah, and we'll just say the important thing to remember about this graph is to explain this to the family. Bring the families along on this journey with you because they need to know and be kept up to date with what's going on.
Absolutely. And just be mindful that this deterioration can happen over months or in some cases even years too. So we need to be checking in regularly to see how things are going with people.
Yeah, and that's it. Okay.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.